Hey everyone, Crystal Grace here. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. We're just going to get a card for each pile. So this one is all about how are you currently being viewed by those around you. So pile number 1. Pile number 2. And pile number 3. All right, so I will zoom in. Pile number 1, we have the 4 of Swords. Pile number 2, we have the 8 of Wands. And pile number 3, we have the Knight of Swords. So we are using the Meryl Tarot deck. So these are all Meryl Streep's movies she's been in and she's played. That's a lot, really, when you think about it. Yeah, so let's jump into it. Let's find out how you are currently being viewed. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we have Carolyn Ryan, before and after. So what I'm going to do is find out about this movie. Carolyn, before and after. Carolyn Ryan. So it says what happens at the end. It says Jacob is sentenced to 5 years for involuntary manslaughter, but is released after 2 years with probation, and Ben is sentenced to almost 1 year for his cover-up. Relocates to Miami. I have no idea about this movie. I haven't seen it. But she's a small town doctor and her artist husband are shaken up with their son Jacob. So their son must, it's gut-wrenching dilemma whether to risk everything on their son's innocence or... Yeah, so it sounds like family drama. That's all I'm hearing. But if you know about this movie and you've watched it, I would really appreciate you to chuck it down in the comments. Just a brief understanding about the movie, and then that way those who have picked pile 1 can kind of further connect with it. 4 of Swords here though, right? We've got a cup of tea. Some of you could be big tea drinkers. Some of you may love bath time, okay? Some of you may get hot flushes at the moment with the cold washer on the head. I've just recently realized I can't have baths because it gives me cystic acne. And so I don't know. I've always hated baths and I've never understood why. Like my intuition was like, don't have a bath. And now I know. And anyway, so we do have the 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords is Libra energy, Saturn in Libra for some of you. So it's kind of karmic, right? Like to have a bath and end up with cystic acne. Like every time I finally get my acne done, like clear, and as soon as I have a bath it comes back. So I don't know, dirty skin maybe. But yeah, 4 of Swords is definitely a very like peaceful energy in the sense of rejuvenation. Some of you are really big on a very peaceful environment. Some of you are very big on sleeping, relaxing, rejuvenation, restoring one's energy after dealing with a lot of dilemmas and dramas. So back to this sort of movie, I feel like for a lot of you to help you connect with this pile, maybe you do have a lot of family dramas, maybe there's a lot of workplace drama, maybe you attract a lot of drama and you need time to go and sit amongst the bushes and whatever like that. So actually that's what I'm going to do when I finish this reading. I'm going to go down to Pucka Bucka and I'm going to go sit amongst the trees. So Sorry guys, I'm just messaging a friend. All right, so let's find out if that resonates. Awesome, let's jump into it. Let's find out how you're currently being viewed by people. We're not taking reversals. Look, I'm not going to waste time jumping into the movies that these correlate with. So I would really love some interaction from you guys if you want to share any like specific details about the movies that come out. That would be really great. It would also obviously help the channel, the algorithm. Not that I really care. As you can see, I post when I can. I do have a life. I would love to give my job up and do this. This is far more fun. But I do love my job and it's very easy money. And yeah, so anyway, let's find out. How are you being viewed? We have 10 of Wands, Queen of Cups. Look how her crown is levitating above her head. We have Page of Pentacles. We've got the Emperor, Boss Bitch. And we've got the Page of Wands. So, bottom of the deck, we've got Hermit. Alrighty, so how are you being viewed? So we obviously got Virgo energy here. We've got Aries. We've got Wands, so fire, and we've got Cups and Pentacles, so water and earth. But the Hermit as the overall energy is how you're being viewed. You're being viewed as somebody who's very spiritual and very enlightened, pile number one. Like, I also feel like you are viewed as somebody who has a lot of like higher knowledge. You have a lot of spiritual knowledge. And I think people learn this, what they like, how they view you, like what they've learned about you with this is you shine lights on people's behaviors and actions. And, I kind of feel like how you're being viewed is you're somebody who works with dark magic. You're a person who will use dark magic to shine lights on bad people is how you're being viewed. So you might threaten people with voodoo magic, witchcraft. You may not threaten them per se, but I feel like how you're being viewed is very witch, like very dark witch. And I feel like that's probably a protective mechanism for you, especially if you're surrounded by a lot of bullshit at work or there's a lot of dilemmas, dramas around you. I definitely feel like you're being viewed as somebody who's a dark witch, okay? If that doesn't resonate, that's fine. You are definitely somebody with the Hermit that people view you as somebody who's very confident and very much happy to spend time alone and be on your own. You actually love being in your own space. You love being isolated, lonely. You thrive in a lonely environment is how some people view you. I also feel like you are viewed as somebody who will go out and socialize, but after you socialize, you kind of disappear. So you might go on a like 3-day social outing, like people will see you 3 days consecutively and then bam, they don't see you for months. So they definitely see you as somebody who isolates himself in some way, shape or form as well. So if that resonates, cool. We'll move into it. The 10 of Wands can indicate how you're being viewed as somebody that's either have gone through a lot of like stressful times, or you are being viewed as somebody who is currently dealing with a lot of stress and struggles, obligations. You're a person who's got a lot of responsibility at this time. If you're avoiding romantic connections, I feel like how you're being viewed is that you view relationships as a heavy burden. You view them as very draining. You don't have any energy for love. Like you would rather take care of yourself than take care of a partner for some of you. So they're for the very single people. I also feel like you're a bit of a working horse at work. Like, I think people view you as somebody who would rather do all the work at work than allow other people to have it. I think you do this to make the day go quick. I don't think they realize that. I think they just view you as somebody who likes to overload themselves with heaps of work. But you don't, because you know how to rest here with the Four of Swords. But yeah, I definitely feel like with the Ten of Wands here, like she's carrying flowers though. That does not really a negative like burden. I kind of feel like people, how you're being viewed is like you're always working maybe on your craft here. You're always working on something that you love to work on, and it could be very stressful. It could be really like it could require you to have a lot of like responsibility, or you're obligated to pursue something when you don't need to. You don't mind carrying a lot. Like, I think a lot of people view you as somebody who carries a lot of shit. Like, you may be the bag lady, you may carry a lot of bags as well here, but you're not afraid to carry a lot of shit. Like, I think a lot of people have a lot of respect for you, pile one. There's nothing people can't throw at you that you can't catch and throw right back at them, is how they view you. I think you're very much like, yeah, you want to dish it out, I can handle it. So you dish it out and I'll dish it back. And, you know, if you're still standing, cool, let's go again, like round two. I think people fear you, to be honest, pile one. I think people are actually scared to come up against you. So you may have a lot of people who sort of, you know, say stuff behind your back because they never have the balls to say it to your face. The Queen of Cups tells me how people are currently viewing you is you have a lot of admirers here, is what I feel. They view you as somebody who's very calm and collective. You're very compassionate and you're very supportive and you're very, very kind. But you got some kind of fucking magic crown here, right? So there is this strong energy here. People can feel it. So when I think about cups, it's an emotional connection. People can feel that you have a power within you that they have never experienced with anyone else. I feel like people, how they view you is you like you're a force to be reckoned with. And you are a very kind person to the right people. Maybe you're very attached to animals as well here. I think how people view you is you're somebody who's very, very spiritual. You're intuitive as fuck here with the Queen of Cups. And there's nothing that they can do to you that you wouldn't know that they're doing. So again, there is this strong witchy energy here. I think a lot of people are viewing you as somebody who dabbles heavily in witchcraft here. I also feel you're being viewed by a lot of people that are admiring you as somebody who's very caring, loving, like you're a person who loves to be in nature. And that says a lot. Like, I always find, yeah, like people who have a strong connection with nature, they don't tend to have the characteristics of a narcissist. They don't want to like go out. They don't ever go out of their way to ruin people's days. And I think that's how people view you. Like, you're scary, but you don't go out of your way to be like, you know, a bitch or an asshole because you can. You do it because it's a protective mechanism. You're doing it because somebody started it. You never start you never start fights come to you, is how people view you. Like, I think people view you as somebody, like, there are people around you who really love you, and there's also people around you who really don't like you. And people understand why people instantly hate you, because they ain't you, but they fear you, and they know they can't like run rings around you. They know they can't play game on you or run game on you. And that's why people don't like you. So when people listen to other people talk about like you in a low vibrational energy, or like say negative shit about you, they're fully aware it's because they can't run game on you. So I would say this could be work related. Hi. Coming for cuddles. So moving to the Page of Pentacles, how are you being viewed? I feel like you guys are very career savvy here with the Page of Pentacles coming out. I think you are very goal orientated. You're very dependable and loyal. So people are currently viewing you as somebody who is able to, because you're very ambitious, you're able to set goals, put the effort in, and reap from your rewards quite quickly. With the Page of Pentacles is how you're currently being rewarded. I also feel like a lot of people view you as somebody who knows how to really spice things up. You have worked on a lot of different projects. Maybe you've been in a lot of different sort of like fleeting romances. So you know what works and what turns people on, and you know what doesn't. People definitely view you as somebody who wishes for... What are you doing? Wishes for things, or like... Not wishes, sorry. People view you as somebody that receives all their manifestation. So you ask the universe for things and then bam, you get it. Or at least that's how it looks for them. But it's a very beautiful energy to come out, the Page of Pentacles, in my regard. Like, to be deemed as very loyal, dependable. They're really good traits to have. And I also think people view you as somebody who's very diligent in anything you set your mind to. And this is work. Like, I think when you guys go to work, you fucking work. Like, you're the working horse. You don't go to work to fuck the dog. Like, you literally go there to do your job and earn the money that your employer pays you. Sorry if that's a profound way of saying it, but it's very gross really when you think about it. But what it basically means, if you've never heard that before, is people who literally come to work and do nothing. They're there to do anything but the job because they're just lazy fucks. Okay. So that was Page of Pentacles, and then we have the Emperor. So yeah, very boss bitch energy here, boss man energy. To have the Emperor come out in regards to how people are seeing you, again, it's reiterating a little bit of that Page of Pentacles energy. You're very stable, you're very dependable. Like, you're a very structured, organized individual. Like, I was going to say motherfucker. Like, that's how people view you. Like, they're too busy. I actually think people need to plan in months and in advance to be able to book time, like pleasure time with you, even work time. They view you as somebody who makes the ultimate father figure. If you are a father, you're very practical and very logical, right? So people, although you have this beautiful Queen of Cups energy, pile one, you also have this Emperor energy. So you are the perfect balance of the yin and the yang, the perfect balance of the feminine and the masculine within. So it's very hard to run game on people who are balanced like that, because not only are you very, very intuitive and spiritually connected, you're also very logical, and you can rationalize situations and people's behavior in a 3D. Maybe some of you have studied a bit of psychology and sociology here as well. But yeah, like the Emperor, it's like, do not fuck with pile one, and that's how you're being viewed. Like, you fuck with them, you're gonna get it. Like, and that's how people are currently viewing you. There's a lot of intimidation energy. I'm feeling like, oh, better not take, I'm not taking steps towards pile one, because if I fuck up or play the wrong game, like, I think karma is your kink, right? So yeah, it could have been a long time coming for these people to realize like who you are and what you represent. I think your morals and your values are in the right place, pile one, and people are really realizing that about you, or they're viewing you as somebody who's got like a high moral compass, and you abide by that, and the universe protects you. And when people try and like come in and fuck with that energy, yeah, they do really reap like a negative impact comes from that, or at least that's what they feel. And then to close out your reading with the Page of Wands in regards to how people are viewing you, I love this because it's very creative energy, and it kind of brings me back to this Ten of Wands. Okay, so people definitely view you as somebody who's very energetic, and you always got fresh ideas, but you are fucking fearless, pile one. And I think you guys are very extroverted when it comes to your creativity. I think you discover a lot of new skill set, or you help people discover like their creative flow or their creative skills. So people view you as somebody who is what's the word? You're very adventurous, I think, but adventurous when it comes to saying yes to things that you've never done before. I also feel like you could be viewed as somebody that like what people are like, how you're being viewed is somebody who only wants like short-term fleeting romances. Like you might not be a person who's looking for long-term relationships. For others of you, you're currently being viewed as somebody who's always got a wealth of new ideas. You're always busy. You're always doing something new. Like I feel like a lot of people, when they say, like say a family member is talking about you and they say, oh, what does pile one do? It's like their response is, well, what don't they do? Like what haven't they done? Like you've done a lot. There isn't any sort of little venture you haven't tried. And I think how people are currently viewing you as somebody who is quite adventurous. You're more than happy to pursue creative projects, even though it creates more burdens for you, because I think you actually really you recharge your energies probably the most when you're doing some kind of hobby here. So that is what I have for you. Let me know down in the comments if that resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So those of you who chose the 8 of Wands, we have Alice at the Palace. I'll just quickly pull it up. So you just want to have a quick thing. It doesn't really say. It was made in 1981, and it must be about Alice in Wonderland, Alice at the Palace. Yeah, so it has an Alice in Wonderland theme, so it's fantasy. So I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, and Through the Looking Glass, blah, blah, blah. So Alice in Wonderland might be your one of your favorite films here. So obviously 8 of Wands is a fire sign, and one that is connected with Sagittarius, Mercury and Sag. But yeah, 8 of Wands, when I think about sort of like a quick energy check-in here, like some of you, you know, she's running, so some of you could be on the run from something. Maybe you're running towards something. I look at 8 of Wands as very positive energy, an action orientated energy. It's very sexual energy as well. So some of you could be running towards love or running away from it. I definitely feel like for a lot of you, travel could be on the cards or some kind of change. But there's a emphasis here about movement. Some of you could be recently going through some kind of sudden changes, which is going to bring a lot of excitement. I think you're overly excited. When I think about Alice in Wonderland, she's cool. She finally goes, you know what? I'm going to go down this path, and she goes down this magical road. So I actually feel like some of you could be finally saying yes to the dress, or like, yes, I'm going to like, you know, put myself out of my comfort zone and chase my goals and my dreams. I'm not going to sit around having a little cry anymore. I'm going to get up and start taking action, and taking responsibility to my life. Some of you could have been in a very low vibrational energy for a while, and now you're like, fuck it. If I don't chase, like if I don't pull myself out of this energy, like I'm completely fucked. I'm going to be stuck here. So I think you finally have dug deep, and I do see travel on the cards here, like, and it's very fast moving energy. So some of you could be taking a high speed train somewhere. You could be getting on a plane as well here, but it's exciting. There's a lot of forward movement here that's happening for you. So if that sounds like you, awesome. Let's find out how people are currently viewing pile number 2. So we have the 7 of Wands, like back off Satan, back off bitch. Yeah, I'm hearing ain't nothing going to break my stride. Nobody going to slow me down. Okay, so yeah, we have some energy here. Like you could be being viewed as somebody who's running away from your problems, but let's have a look. So we have Two of Pentacles as the overall energy. We've got the Seven of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Knight of Wands. So lots of change, right? And change brought upon you from maybe not so great experiences or situations. Okay. Two of Pentacles. How are you being viewed? It's very balanced energy. It's very adaptable energy, right? Yeah, I definitely feel like Two of Pentacles, like this is reiterating this energy. You're trying to finally, like you are finally maintaining balance. You're putting in effort and making the right choices. You are prioritizing either your love life or your career life, right? You are no longer like sitting in this unorganized, chaotic energy. You're no longer overcommitting to people who do not deserve your commitment. We see that with the Seven of Wands here. I love this. You're definitely being viewed as like, fuck off, I told you no, do not come and ask me again. I'm already doing enough with that Seven of Wands. But yeah, the Two of Pentacles, you're definitely being viewed as somebody who's definitely more focused on balance and adaptability. And for others of you, people see you as very resourceful. Like people can come to you and get advice or anything, and you seem to be able to achieve it. You could be viewed as somebody who's very tight with their finances. Like you could earn a lot of money, yet you don't like put yourself in a situation where you don't have any as well. Like you know how to juggle work-life balance. You know how to spend a lot of money, but save a lot of money also is how you're being viewed. So that's what we've got, but let's jump into the spread. So Seven of Wands is definitely one that tells me you are currently being viewed as somebody who's very protective of their energy. You're not allowing anyone into your world. You're not sharing what you're doing. You're not telling people your next move. People know you're on the move and they know you are chasing some kind of dream manifestation here, but you're not sharing it. That's how you're being viewed here with the Seven of Wands and that Eight of Wands ruling the actual deck itself. Seven of Wands can talk about competition, and I feel like people could be viewing you as like you're very competitive or you have a lot of competition, like people try and compete with you. It's a card that will talk about one defending themselves. So I feel like how you're being viewed at the moment is like, do not attack pile two and try and tell them they're doing something wrong, because they will not take your shit. They will defend their honor. But I'm also hearing like you're being viewed as like you defend other people's honor is what I'm hearing. So people are currently viewing you as somebody that is very protective of them, and you will defend them. Like if people come for them, people view you as somebody who always has their back. Like, and this is like your close friends, maybe your family members as well. You're very protective of those that you love. You will defend anyone. Like I actually feel like people view you as somebody who will defend people you don't even know. Okay. You definitely are being viewed as somebody who's recently set boundaries, and you're putting in the effort to fight for yourself, maybe fight for a relationship, and to remove any challenges that are in front of you or a connection at this time. So Four of Cups in how you're being viewed. Look, it can talk about like some kind of boredom in your life, right? So people could be viewing you as somebody who is very like, you kind of discontent in your life and you're over it. Like, and see how this cup is up on the card here. And again, I keep coming back to this Eight of Wands. People view you as like, once you get bored, you move on to the next thing, and it just happens so quickly. People view you as somebody where as soon as discontentment enters your relationships or your work life, you move forward, you move on, is what I feel with that Four of Cups. And to have the Five of Cups come straight in, you could be being viewed as somebody who is currently healing from a breakup or some kind of rejection or bad sort of experience here, because the Five of Cups is a very low vibrational energy. It talks about somebody losing something. So I feel like how you're being viewed at the moment is you could be going through something. You could be emotionally processing something. If that's not resonating, it could be the fact that you are still grieving from some kind of loss. It could be a death of the family, a friend. It can also kind of suggest how people view you as somebody that is kind of focused on the past with some aspect of your life, right? You are still maybe you're out drinking a lot, or like some kind of substance going on here. You're still sad about something is how you're being viewed there. Like you're still dealing with something kind of quite turbulent is what I'm hearing with that Five of Cups. And then we have the Five of Swords, right? So you're being viewed here as somebody that isn't afraid to get into some kind of dispute. I also feel connected with the Seven of Wands energy and you being very protective. With this Five of Swords, you are being viewed as somebody who isn't afraid to get into a fight with a bully. Like you are more than happy. You want to come for me? Sure, I'll fucking cut you up and I'll make you sit there and cry like a little bitch. That's what I kind of see with that Five of Swords. I think you're viewed as somebody who does not stand for infidelity, deception. You're not a person who will sit in situations that make you feel irritable or stress you out. You're a person who will come head on with conflict. Like if somebody's acting out, I feel like you step into this mama bear, papa bear energy and you tell people to like shut the fuck up and take a seat or sit down. Like I will not have this. I feel like any hostility that comes before you, you shut it down, or at least this is how people view you. You will not allow people to bring stress into your life. If anyone's going to bring stress, it will be from your own choices, your own actions. I think people view you as like, if you try and take stress or bullshit to pile number 2, they will fucking cut you. Like, not physically, but I just feel like Queen of Swords energy here. Like I feel like you're pretty brutal with your words, kind of cruel, but that's to ensure you are protecting your energy and those around you is how you're being viewed there. So very cutthroat, but I think in the environment that you are actually in pile number 2, like you have to be this like, you know, authoritarian person to be like, fuck off with your shit, or else people will just keep coming. So there could be a bit of a pecking order wherever you are. And then we have the Knight of Wands, right? You're very courageous, you're very charming. You are a very free-spirited individual. You could be very rebellious, okay? Knight of Wands is my fuck boy, fuck girl card, but I don't really pick that up here. There's nothing sexual about this imagery here. I'm going to go with rebellious. Like she's got a fucking still, like gladiator helmet here and the horse is rearing up, ready to fucking go, charge on, right? People might view you as somebody who has difficulty to commit because you are in this Five of Cups energy here. So just take that as it resonates. But you are very rebellious. You do naughty things. And how you're being viewed is you do naughty things, but you look so prim and proper when you do it. Like, I actually think you're being viewed as somebody who gets up to no good, but you do it in a way where no one would ever be able to pick that you're doing it. So people are definitely sort of view you as somebody who does live a very exciting, adventurous life, but you do it behind closed doors is what I'm hearing. You're very passionate. You're a passionate person. You're very charismatic. But you are a hero, right? So the Knight of Wands is a very heroic energy. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's a person who is a hero from rebellious behavior is what I'm hearing. But you're not afraid to put a helmet on and like go flying up the road, or like you might do rock climbing, random shit. People view you as somebody who could be quite like a daredevil. Yeah, like you're a person who lives in the fast lane. Like you want to be going at high speed, so you might drive really fast. You could do really dangerous like hobbies or activities here, and people just sort of currently viewing you as somebody who you don't look like what you're into or something. Like how you present yourself to be is not who you are, it's how you're being viewed. So that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know down in the comments if you did have a bit of a look at the name of the titles of those movies and you want to share a bit more about them in the comments, please do. But until next time, I'll see you. Bye. Pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. We have the Knight of Swords. Henry V. You know, the vibe I'm picking up for this, I feel like you're very old school, you're very traditional in your values and your morals. You could be very religious, okay? I feel like you always take the moral high ground in all situations. So, as a princess, Catherine was a very valuable prize, and Charles includes her in an early deal he offers Henry, and she is top of Henry's peace demands when he wins the war. Catherine must do what her father wants, but she's intelligent and naturally wary of men. So I feel like you have a lot of family values, like you would do anything for your family, and it's like you will always find the moral high ground as to why you've done it. So you could have done a lot of like naughty things, but I think for the most of you, you've done many things to help your family out, maybe your father. A lot of you could be very close with your father as well, is what I'm hearing. Like you would do anything for him, he would do anything for you. You definitely come from a bloodline of very strong, independent women and men, I'm hearing. When I think about the Knight of Swords, right, they're very opinionated and individual. They're very direct, they're very focused, they're very ambitious, right? You guys definitely probably resonate with being a perfectionist, okay? You could be a little impatient at sometimes. I'm hearing Martha Stewart. Some of you could really resonate with Martha Stewart. She's very driven. Some of you could get very bored easily. Some of you could fear intimacy. Some of you could have commitment issues because of your fears around intimacy. Either way, you're very efficient, determined people. You're very bold, right? You know when to leap towards things, like your dreams and your goals, whatnot. So obviously Knight of Swords is linked with your air signs. So specifically it's linked with Aquarius, but also some Capricorn energy there. So if that resonates, awesome. Let's find out. How is pile 3 being viewed? Isn't it funny? Because the Knight of Swords has this take, you know when to take a leap towards stuff, and we have the Fool. All right, Ace of Wands. Ooh. Got some big dick energy here. So we have the Fool, Six of Cups, Judgment, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. So Ace of Wands is the overall energy here, like how are you being viewed? Yeah, there's definitely, like you've definitely sparked some kind of enthusiasm around you. You've got people's attention here. You have a very strong sexual energy. You might disagree with that pile 3. I feel like you go, no one looks at me. They do. You're exuding some kind of sexual, like, pheromone at the moment, and people are very much like fixated on your energy. I think a lot of you're being viewed as somebody who would be really good at pleasuring them and attending to their needs and their sexual desires. So you could be viewed as somebody who's very mature for their age, that you've got a lot of experience up your sleeve, and that's not in a derogative manner. I also feel like You're being viewed as somebody who's very inspirational, like you're being viewed as somebody who's got a lot of confidence, you're high energy, very creative. You're definitely being viewed as somebody who's very flirtatious, very attractive, and even very romantic. Like I feel this strong romantic energy around you. Sorry, the back door shut. I had to go and open it up for the cats. But yeah, so that's sort of the vibe I'm getting with the Ace of Wands. You're definitely being viewed as somebody who's like financially stable as well. Old money is what I'm hearing. All right, so we've got the Fool. And the Fool suggests to me how you're being viewed is maybe somebody who's very unattached to, maybe to love, or like you have this unattachment to life maybe. Like you could be viewed as somebody who doesn't want to be attached to anything. You're a person who maybe dabbles in a little bit of risky or playful behavior or connections as well. So take that as it resonates, because you do run a path of high moral ground, but you could be a person, you could be doing stuff that people might view you as somebody who, like, you present yourself to be this way, but in fact you're another, like you actually act in another way behind closed doors. You could be viewed as somebody who is very free and like very non-committal to life at this time. Like I think you have a lot of love interests around you, or people are viewing you as somebody who does have a lot of new love interests around them, but you're not committing to anyone at this time. I don't know, there's like this spontaneous behavior about you. People could view you as somebody who isn't watching where they're walking as well. Like people might see you as very naive here with the Fool. So just bear that in mind. You might have a few people around you like wolf in sheep's clothing. So I want to flag that for some of you. Well, that's what I feel. The fact that they think you're not watching where you're going, but in fact you're always watching. You're always ready. People, just be mindful. You could be being viewed as easily manipulated or to lure on a path that does not serve you. That's just a warning for some of you, not all of you. Okay, so Six of Cups, how you're being viewed. Oof. It kind of gives me this energy of innocence, right? People don't realize that you know what you know. I feel with the Fool and the Six of Cups there. I also think how you're being viewed as somebody who's very healing and very comforting. Like you know how to make people feel better about themselves. You're very sentimental, or people are currently viewing how you're engaging with maybe connections or items, materialistic items. You actually are very sentimental. People may come to your home and see that you still have something that could have been from a restaurant or a holiday or something like that. And that is where this connection is coming through. For others of you, the Six of Cups could be talking about you healing after a breakup. You know, like people could be viewing you as somebody who is sort of working through something of the heart. Other people could view you as a childhood sweetheart, or you remind them of a childhood sweetheart. And if you are reconnecting with a past lover, people view you as somebody who is doing that. So if you're trying to hide that you're doing something, people know you're doing it. They're viewing you as somebody who's focusing on a past lover as opposed to new lovers, okay, as what we saw with the Ace of Wands. Now the Judgment card to come out. Are you passing judgment, or are they? People could view you as somebody who receives a lot of unfair judgment. People might view you as somebody who ends up in small like conflicted battles because people like to blame you for their problems, is what I feel. I definitely feel like you're a very forgiving person, or at least people view you as somebody who's very forgiving. You're very good at being honest, and you're very good at being self-reflective. Like, your communication is very good, and I think you call a spade a spade. Everything's black and white. There's no gray area with you with the Judgment. Like, when I think about the Judgment card, I think about somebody blowing the trumpet, calling people out on stuff, and I think you are viewed as somebody who goes, no, stop it, like, don't do that. I think you know how to, people will view you as somebody who will sit down and make adjustments to a situation or a project so everyone benefits or everything is fair and just. I even see the Justice card in my third eye now. I definitely feel like people are viewing you as somebody who's learned a lot from past errors. So although you're like a holy grail, I think people view you as somebody like, yeah, you are the holy grail, but you've also made a lot of mistakes, but you've also learned from that, and you've grown and you've changed, or at least this is how they view you. That could be more of a family observation or a perspective coming through there. We do have a pregnant lady here, Lindy Chamberlain, a cry in the dark. So Lindy Chamberlain, she was the lady that said a dingo ate her baby here in Australia. And it's weird because, like, I used to serve them at I used to work in a supermarket when I was in my teens, and I used to serve them, and they ended up getting divorced, those people. But yeah, it's, you know, we've got people pointing. So look, you people could view you as somebody who, although people might think you're doing the wrong thing, you know you're doing the right thing, right? That's at the high moral ground. So people might say, don't go and have that baby, but you go and have the baby because you know it's the right thing to do for you, right? I also feel like people view you as somebody who gets blamed for a lot of people. What's the word I'm looking? A lot of people talk behind your back. Is people view you as somebody where a lot of people talk badly about you behind your back because you always choose the moral high ground here. So you might have a lot of haters here, pile 3, because you prefer to do the right thing than be a fucking sheep, is what I feel. You're not a sheep. You're more than happy to take a path on your own than with a bunch of fucking idiots, is what I feel. I think a lot of you have copped a lot of shit. You may have got bullied severely in school. And the wolf and the boy who cried wolf. I think some of you in your past, you could have been the boy who cried wolf, but you never had strong proof, evidence. And then, like, by the time you finally did, it was like, I don't know. I think people didn't believe you when they should have been believing you. And I'm sorry for that, because there's nothing worse. Something happening to you and people don't believe you. It's really fucked up. But don't worry, those people get what's coming. You don't judge people too harshly, but people judge you harshly, is what I feel. So how you're being viewed is somebody that always gives people a chance, but once they show you who they are, you believe them. You don't give them second chances, is sort of what I'm feeling with the Judgment. Yeah, I feel like you guys have had to do it pretty tough with people, you know, bullying you and putting their negative thoughts and opinions upon you. So then we have the Knight of Pentacles. How are you being viewed? It's very slow moving energy. It's very stable and secure. I would have to say you're being viewed as somebody who's probably very routine based in order to achieve all your goals or accomplish them. You're very hardworking and committed to any cause. You're efficient and you're reliable. But the thing about those traits, pile 3, is people want to use them and abuse them. And it's severely fucked up. But you're definitely very patient, very practical. You're being viewed as somebody who's very trustworthy. You make people feel very secure in your friendships or their relationships with you as well. You could be viewed as somebody who's building their finances, or like, you know, accumulating wealth at a rapid pace. Well, not a rapid, at a steady pace is what I feel. You're very slow at opening up to people. I kind of feel like it takes people at least 12 months to really get to know you, or think that they are like, you know, friends with you. But yeah, I don't, they could be like, you could be like a freak in the sheets maybe, but you, like, people view you as like, you look good on paper, but they're not sure if you're as good on paper as what you like would be in real life. I'm not sure. I think you get a lot of judgment about you, and I think there's a lot of envy around you, pile 3, because you're always acting from like a high moral ground. I think people are always trying to take you down, because you might be around a lot of low vibrational people who do the wrong thing to get ahead in life. So they're just trying, like, I don't know, taint your reputation to deflect maybe. You look prim and proper, but there's somebody around you who views you as somebody who's like, you present yourself to be prim and proper, but they believe you are a freak in the sheets or something. Maybe they know you're a freak in the sheets, not sure. Wow. And then to close out your reading with the Ace of Pentacles. So we, you know, have this beautiful energy of prosperity and abundance. So again, it's sort of reiterating that Knight of Pentacles energy. Like, people, you are currently viewing you as somebody who's very loyal and secure within themselves. You're very stable and grounded. Like, you could literally have anyone you wanted, is how you're being viewed right now, but you seem to be choosing you. Some of you could have just embarked on a fresh start in love, and for others of you, sort of already in a stable connection. I feel like you're being viewed as somebody who always receives a lot of new opportunities. You manifest anything into reality. You're a person who has received a lot of great opportunities in your career as well, or maybe you've had some really amazing promotions. But I think overall, people are definitely viewing you as somebody who, it doesn't matter how hard they try to fuck your shine up, they can't. Like, they can't rain on your parade. Like, and I think other people are viewing you as somebody who has a lot of jealousy around you. Like, a lot of people are jealous of you. I think when you go and hang out with a friend and they're friends, your friend can see that their friends are jealous of you. Not all of them. They can see it in how they look at you when you talk and you're sharing your wins and your goals. And I think this invigorates the people who are close with you. I think the people you do give the time of day to, pile 3, they feel blessed to have you, and they feel even more blessed watching how jealous the people in their life get over you. So just be mindful. You might get bad energy sent your way because of that kind of energy, but that is what I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed that message. If you did, let me know down in the comments if any of these movies resonated and you wanted to share anything about that correlate with the reading. Please do, and sending much love and light. Bye.